Why am I weird? My arms grew a ½ inch. That's important. Dude, my glutes have gotten huge.
Same.
Hell yeah. Oh. Heard your knees creaking. I think I might need this heavier. Wow, I've actually gotten good at this. My rotator cuffs feel great. It's just the shit that you say.
Try to be different.
Like, when yeah, you sent a voice note to Joe one day, and just the shit that you say, I'm like, oh my, and he's 100% serious, and I love it. Fuck. Jesus. Fuck. Trying. I did like 20 pounds heavier than this last week. And I thought I was strong. And I looked back and the pauses were shit. So now I'm going back down and I'm doing it better. This is gonna be a long fucking off season. This is my longest off season I've ever had. The last time I didn't compete in a calendar year was COVID. That's probably not good. That's probably good that I'm taking off right now, but damn. It's like, what do? I do like the work, but shit. Now I have a whole, now everything's just like triceps and biceps, I think. I just hammer my fucking triceps for like 3 movements in a row.
Scale 1 to 10, how do you
I feel pretty good. I feel great. I'm eating a lot. Well, not a lot. I could be eating more, but I'm starting to eat more. And that's good for driving training performance now. So just trying to build my calories up so that I can actually like cut up, like enter into a deficit and then clean up the physique even further before we do any sort of like prep. Because I would like to start a prep like 5 to 7 pounds leaner than this. Should go back to powerlifting now. But I'm not going to. I don't think. I'm not sure. I'm going through like a weird transitionary phase. I feel like I've been saying that for the past, I don't know, 2 to 3 minutes, 2 to 3 videos. But I've had to like rework my entire programming because I was doing a lot of machines that were stable to where I didn't have to stabilize anything. I didn't have to brace as much, which caused some back issues to arise. And I couldn't figure it out. And I was like looking at my programming. I'm doing squat patterns and like pressing patterns, but for squat, it's like hack squat or a leg press. For pressing, it was an incline machine press. There was no deadlifting. I mean, I was hinging doing like a belt squat RDL, but that's not enough for me. And so I kind of like forgot how to brace. So now we're slowly introducing some of the big 3, whether they're specific or not. Like I am doing bench, but you guys just saw it was with the cambered bar. I'm doing regular deadlifts, but it's very like low repetition. And I am doing squats, but it's with like the earthquake bar with suspended weights, which we haven't filmed yet. I'll have to film a leg day just to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. But just implementing more specific powerlifting movements while also keeping the goal on hypertrophy. So I'm kind of doing like a hybrid of what Joe wants me to do with compound lifts and what Michaela has me doing with like the hypertrophy stuff. So basically the only thing that's different from this day that Michaela had me doing, I was doing incline Smith and now I'm doing the cambered bar. So a little bit different, but in my feedback from both judges and Michaela and Cameron, I don't really need to bring up my chest. It's pretty good. I really only hit it I think I really only hit it once a week. So this shit's hard. Yeah. It's heavy. Cause it's the first set is a rest pause set with 3 attempts to get 15 total reps. And it's hard. My triceps already torched from bench. And then I go to extensions, and then I have this. And then after dips, we have fucking skull crushers, I'm pretty sure. It's just triceps, triceps, triceps. Oh. Ah. Ah. 3 more. my God. Fuck. Oh. Fucking hell, dude. It's so weird looking at myself in the mirror because there's like a lot of beef there. It's crazy.
You have like classic physique pecs, right?
I know. Shit. Well, that was the upper session. I don't have much for you. Training's kind of boring. Training's just off-season stuff. I'm still getting into the groove of everything, to be honest. This is like it's week 3 of this kind of programming, but really week 2, because when we did introduce some of the more powerlifting movements, we were doing a lot of like tempo work, and tempo work is great, but I don't think it's conducive to what I need right now because my back is really sensitive, and just having those tempos, even when the weight is very, very light, like I was doing 245 on deadlifts 2 weeks ago with a tempo, 2-count pause on the concentric and a 5-count eccentric, and that normally is very, very light, but just the amount of sheer pressure that I can create within myself, it's just too much. Like I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I'm almost like too good at some of those movements to where the amount of pressure and force that I can produce is just, I mean, it's how I got so fucking good in powerlifting, but it's just not conducive to what I can do right now. It's just like it's too much for my system. So we rewrote everything, took away all the tempos. I'm doing higher volume sets for bench right now, but pretty soon I'm sure we're going to invert the volume, meaning there's going to be a little bit more sets and a little less reps within those sets. So instead of like 2 sets of anywhere from 8 to 12 reps on cable bar bench, maybe it'll be something like, I don't know, a 5x4 or a 4x5 or whatever the fuck the rep scheme is. And then deadlifts will probably going to be rocking with anywhere from singles to triples for the foreseeable future. I never really did more than that in my normal training anyway, to be honest. And then squat, we are doing the earthquake bar and the tsunami bar, I think it's called, where there's like the suspending weight, so it's causing me to brace a lot more, but I'm not loading those a lot. But pretty soon, probably in the next 2-3 weeks, I'll graduate to a straight bar where we can add like some weight as normal. But even though I'm not getting a lot of like hypertrophy stimulus in my legs for those squats, I'm doing belt squats after, where I can get a lot of like good hard training in and some volume in without it being axially loaded and like irritating anything. So there's always a way to scale stuff. There's no one right program for everybody. Like I said, I'm taking principles of what Michaela wants me to do and still keeping a lot of those movements in, but I am also adding in just the stuff that has me bracing globally everywhere, and taking away things like the hack squat and the leg press, even though I love those things, but I get to a certain amount of weight and shit just goes haywire. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Long off season, no plans to compete this year, but maybe New York Pro next year, somewhere in that time frame. If it's later, I don't really care. I would just love to compete next year, and we'll kind of see where things go. So eating more, training harder, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. So thanks for watching. See you guys for the next one. Like, comment, subscribe.